And welcome back, guys, to the Spacey Tropics Review channel, where we try to review a little bit of everything. In my hand right here is the successor to the JBL Clip 2, the JBL Clip 3. I'm going to go over some of the specs. I'm going to go over a sound test, because I know you guys love the sound test, and my final thoughts, just so you know what I feel this speaker is worth in terms of a rating. So please sit back and enjoy the review. Let's get on with it. So the JBL Clip 2. Bluetooth 4.1 is something I want to put out right there. I'm going to start off with the cons. Bluetooth 4.1 is what's on this bad boy, and I'm kind of disappointed in JBL because at least bare minimum in this day and age, I know when the speaker came out, Type-C was a thing also. We'll get into that in a minute, but I know in this day and age, at least minimum Bluetooth 4.2 is readily available. They could have given us Bluetooth 4.2. They didn't. That's kind of a bummer, that, seamless pairing between two devices, blah, blah, blah. Maybe you can do it with two devices on this, but who knows? Bluetooth 4.2 was at least going to be a little bit stronger compared to 4.1. Nowadays, things have Bluetooth 5. So that kind of makes me concerned for this too because of how old the Bluetooth version is. But anyways, I digress. Type-C is another con that I have. When this speaker came out, Type-C was a thing. Type-C was rolling. Type-C was getting on Android devices and laptops and this and that and the third. USB Type-C power banks. And this bad boy decides to come out with, micro USB. One of the main reasons why I picked this up was because I thought it had Type-C. At the time, this was one of JBL's newest speakers on the market. And it came with micro USB, to my surprise, after I opened it. I did no research on this. I didn't look at anything. I didn't look at specs at that time. I didn't know anything about this speaker. I just saw it, saw the color, and said I had to have it. One other reason why I said I had to have it was price, which we'll roll into that. I picked this bad boy up for 20 bucks. 20 bucks. JBL clip speakers are always on sale. The Clip 2 I picked up for 30 bucks when it was new at the time. These speakers go up to about 60 bucks. That's their main price, $59.99 plus tax, right? I picked this bad boy up for $20. $20. That seems like a win to me. A super duper win to me. At Best Buy, on top of that, in Manhattan, which mind blows me because, Manhattan always has that premium extra money, Manhattan, right? But anyways, two cons so far: the Type-C, the Bluetooth version, but something that brings it back up, 20 bucks. I like that. I'm happy about that. And yeah, that's about it in terms of the cons and dealing with price on the same time. Let's go into some of the specs. This is a 6-watt speaker. 6-watt, 40 millimeter driver on the inside. It's a mid-range driver at 6 watts total peak power. Not bad. Not bad for the size. I do like that. I like that. It's pretty cool. You have your volume up, play, pause. I believe this also does skip forward and skip back if you double and triple click. I never really tested it out myself because I haven't used the speaker so much. You'll find out why in a bit because that'll be my third con. I'm saving that for later. So volume up, volume down, play, pause, and possibly skip and rewind. Carabiner, that's what the Clip is known for. On the side, we can see we have the power button and the Bluetooth button for you to start pair it to any Bluetooth ready device. Microphone on this side, you can accept calls with this, and call quality is pretty decent for what the speaker is. People on the other end told me that they do think I sound like I'm on a speakerphone, but they said it's pretty loud, it's pretty clear, nothing to worry about on those ends. IPX7 dust and water resistant, 30 minutes at 2 meters, I believe, is IPX7's water rating. Don't drown it, don't purposely drown this thing. Salt water, not too sure about that. I don't think it can handle salt water. Fresh water is possibly the only thing it can do. So rain, and type of pool with chlorine in it, yada, yada, yada. You guys know the deal. So yeah, IPX7. The mesh on the front, rigid, nice, stiff. It's not dipping in too much, but although I can tell you, if you push hard enough, it will dive in just a hair. Like I said, in the bottom, micro USB and a aux port for those non-Bluetooth devices, and this is con number 4. Or well, I don't think it can be a con. Most devices nowadays are becoming Bluetooth. They work over the air, and all you got to do is pair it with your phone, right? This is one of the features that the Clip 2 was pretty good at back in the day. Instead of giving the aux port, they gave you an aux cable, and lo and behold, I have it right here. This was the best feature possible on the Clip series of speakers, period. I thought it was ingenious. I thought that, okay, I don't need to walk with extra cables. This thing is built in already. Cool. Let's go. Let's do it. Back then, I had an Android phone. Back then, I have an iPhone now. And Android phone had an aux port, had an LG V30. Well, before that, what did I have before that? I had the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge, terrible phone. Anyways, this was key. Plugged it into the Samsung, press play, and we're good to go. Didn't have to worry about Bluetooth, didn't have to worry about anything. This was an awesome feature to have. But sadly, as the time goes on and everything becomes wireless and over the air, Bluetooth takes over, this guy leaves. It's a sad thing. I thought the sound was much better on the aux versus the Bluetooth, but so be it. Good major key differences to note. Clip 3 is definitely heavier, must be with that nicer, is it bigger? Is it bigger? Yeah, it is bigger. It's a little bit bigger. Must be with that nicer driver and a little extra power underneath the hood versus this bad boy right here. One thing that is concerning me is that if you have maybe a fatter strap or something like that, this carabiner won't be able to handle it like how this carabiner handled it. On top of that, I used to like to bend this a lot to just prop the speaker up on tables. It was kind of a nice kickstand. It's pretty cool. You know, everybody digged it. But do people say dig anymore? Who knows? But anyways, this was a cool feature to have. I don't know how well this carabiner is going to stand up in terms of thick stuff, but in terms of strength, I could tell you what, this carabiner is way stronger than this thing. Hands down for sure. At least it feels that way. But anyways, Clip 2 off to the side. What else can I tell you? About a 10-hour, like I said, about a 10-hour battery life, if I said it. 10-hour battery life on this bad boy if you play at 50% volume. This only has a 1,000 milliamp hour battery on the inside, so you might want to be mindful of that. If you play this at 75 to 80% volume, you're going to be looking at about maybe 5 to 6 hours of playtime on this thing, which is more commonsensical because when you hook this bad boy up to your strap here, I promise you, 50% volume, you won't hear it. You won't hear it. That's my fourth con over there. The overall loudness and sound. But we'll get into that in the sound test in a bit. So don't worry about that. So anyways, like I said, I picked this up for $20. So far, things are okay with it. They're okay with it. But my gripe again, before we go into the sound test here, is sound quality. Now, the Clip 3 sounds way louder than the Clip 2. For sure. Well, maybe not way louder, but at least minimum 30 to 40% louder than the Clip 2. Sure shot, hands down, I can agree with that. Done deal. However, in terms of clarity of sound, loud on the outside is good, but no clarity. Then the Clip 2 comes in, and I'm playing this, and although it's not as loud as this, it's a little more cleaner on this. It's a little more nicer. Mids and highs are a little bit better, you know? Cymbal crashes, people singing. Sounds a little bit better on the Clip 2 than it does on the Clip 3. I have to admit that straight off the bat. Although this is the louder one, this is possibly the nicer sounding one. But we'll get into the sound tests in a bit. Just want y'all to know, disclaimer, all the music is made by me. It's on my iPad. I make it on GarageBand just so I don't get no copyright infringement. So I'm not no audio engineer. I'm not no producer. I'll probably repeat it before I, put the sound test on. But again, like I said, I'm not no audio producer. I'm not no engineer. None of that stuff. I just make the tracks on my iPad that I think sound pretty okay. I make sure it has some bass. I make sure it has some trebles, some mids, and whatever. Just even them out as much as possible and make them into stereo. Now, although both of these speakers are mono, not stereo, because it's only one driver, no tweeter, no nothing. Although they're mono, and I don't think the sound will be portrayed as it should be. Let's see how they do, anyways, even though the tracks are stereo. I'm going to play this at about 75 to 80% to the speaker, seeing as I think that is the best overall volume for the speaker. So without further ado, let's get into the sound test. Alright, and that was the first track. Let's move on to the second track. Alright, that about wraps up the sound test. Let's sit down and get my overall verdicts on this. Alright, so you heard the sound test for yourself. Definitely the clip 3 is louder than the clip 2. Yep, definitely still on too. Turn that off. The clip 3 definitely sounds louder than the clip 2. A little more bass, a little more mids, a little more highs. But again, after testing it myself in person, now disclaimer real quick, audio that is recorded through my H1N is probably not the best way for you to listen to audio through a video. you have to go and listen to these two things in person no matter what, okay? Or if you can't listen to both of them, at least go into your local Best Buy, your local electronics store, whatever it is, Micro Center, whatever, and test the speaker out for yourself to see if you like it before you buy it. I, unfortunately, didn't test it, and I bought it because I thought, oh, it's the brand new shiny speaker and I'm getting a sale on it. So, boom, that's how I got it. But for you, you might want to test it before you purchase it, see if you actually do like it, and then move on from there. You know, you could start. This speaker definitely goes on sale way, way, way more than any other JBL product that I know of to date. But anyways, we'll get into that in a little bit. The sound quality from this, again, to me is just not as good as the Clip 2. I think the Clip 2, although playing at a lower volume, even though they're both was set to 75, 80%, even though that sounds lower, I think that plays a little bit better. It gives the high. There's some differences in the highs and the mids that stand out a little more than just being played really loud. You know, those little this just the cymbal crashing, the stuff like that. It's a little bit better on the Clip 2 in my opinion than the Clip 3. Like I said, audio recorded from my end playing through the video is not the best representation of what this sound is supposed to be like in person, okay? You like the louder sound? Definitely go for the Clip 3. You like a little bit, cleaner sounding stuff? I wouldn't necessarily recommend the Clip 2 anymore, only because it's an older speaker. It doesn't make sense for me to recommend an older product to you than, to get the newer one, right? It's the new one. Why would you want to go back and downgrade to the old one? I do have a little surprise coming in tonight, although, that is going to compete against this in a showdown that I'm going to make. For now, I'm going to keep it a little bit of a secret. Maybe you guys might figure it out in the comment section below, but push come to shove, what are my final thoughts on the JBL Clip 3? I think if you could pick this thing up on sale, why not? It's a great gift for any child about 10 going up to a teenager, 13, 14, before they realize they want the Flip 5 and the Charge 4 and stuff like that to play music with more bass and more this and more that. But for a child, I could definitely see this being one hell of a speaker. Maybe you like to go hiking a lot. Maybe you like to go biking, mountain biking, stuff like that. You have those kind of things, and maybe you live Colorado, Utah, stuff like that. And you're just looking for a little clip-on speaker that'll ride with you all over the place. Well, to be quite honest with you, as of right now, I can definitely recommend this to you. Can I recommend it wholeheartedly? Maybe not. You'll probably find more rugged and more louder sounding speakers within this size range out there. Maybe not necessarily for the same super duper cheap price, because I promise you again, this thing goes on sale like, it's McDonald's French fries. Everybody wants it. So, I don't even know what kind of analogy that was, but you get my point. Overall verdict of this, I definitely am going to give it a, you know what, for the price, because I picked this up for $20, I was going to give it a little bit of a low score, but for the price, picking it up for $20 and knowing the kind of company that JBL is, I'm definitely going to give this a 4 out of 5. It does deserve it. If you could pick it up for $20. Pick it up for $60, then I'm going to shoot it down to about, I don't know, 3.8. Technically, if you round that up, that's still a 4. So, overall, a 4 out of 5. It's still a pretty good speaker for the price. It still does get the job done. It's still water and dust resistant. Well, again, water resistant, 2 meters for 30 minutes, I believe. 10 hours playback on 50% volume. Less than that, maybe 5 to 6 hours on 75 to 80% volume. It does take about 2 hours to charge. You do have an aux port. And yeah, it's a pretty good little nifty speaker. Now, would I call it the king like I did the Clip 2? Probably not. Until I test the speaker that I have coming tonight to go up against this. If that speaker does what I think it's going to do, then this is probably going to be blown out the water. But we'll see. Anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning into the channel. We crossed 700 subscribers on this channel. I love the fact that this community is growing. I love the fact that you guys are asking questions in the comment section below. That's the whole point of this channel. Now, although, like I said, I moved down to Florida, I got a bigger, better job, and that thing is taking up a lot of my time that I haven't been able to respond to comments recently, but I love the fact that you guys are asking questions. I've seen plenty of reviewers out there that, there's tons and tons and tons of questions, but nobody's answering. Nobody's answering you guys. I love that the community is building, and what I've been seeing recently is that people are talking to each other. People are talking, and people are saying, hey, well, if you can't do this, try this, and if you can't do that, try that. There's one guy that was like, hey, I'm a total idiot, and I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Well, that's your opinion. I did my research. I don't know if you did yours. But anyways, I love the fact that the community is going. I love the fact that Spacey Tropics is becoming a nice little hub central for all the little tech needs that you guys have. I'm trying my best to answer as many questions as possible, especially as of recent. So stick around, ask some questions if you're unsure. And yeah, thanks again for joining me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I make a new video. Please share the video just in case. You never know when somebody might need a little more information on the speaker. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one.